How can you protect your dives and keep from having to sit out on the boat when something breaks or goes wrong? Let's dive in and find out. Good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Tampa Bay Diving. It's so great to see each and every one of you. My name is Blake, and I'm a professional recreational scuba diving instructor and content creator, and I make these videos with the sole purpose of helping you improve your dives. If you haven't already, please dive down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that dive bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. So, you've done all your safety checks on your gear the night before or earlier in the morning before you get to the boat, and everything seems fine. Well, sometimes happens, and let's say you're on the boat and an O-ring pops, a mash strap breaks, or you notice a hose leak that you didn't see before. Well, not to worry. We're going to show you how to make a Save a Dive kit to help you cope and resolve those issues so you're not left topside. And I'll put links to some of the items down in the description below. If you see something you want to add to your kit, you can. Now, those are affiliate links, and any purchases from them may earn me a small commission at no cost to you. So, I thought to make this video after our trip to the Blue Heron Bridge, where I was leading a couple of clients from up north. When we were doing our final checks on the gear, one of the ladies noticed that she had a leak coming from the low pressure hose that led to her primary air source. Now, they had flown down to Miami and didn't have all their normal gear on them, just what they could pack and bring. But I always load my Save a Dive kit into the truck and take it on the boat that I'm getting on. So I was able to grab one of my spare hoses and my toolkit and let them change it out. Now, if you've ever been to the Blue Heron Bridge, you know that the parking lot fills up quickly, and if you leave, you might not get another spot for quite some time. So rather than having them leave to go over to the dive shop, we fixed it right there and we're able to get in the water at slack tide and enjoy our dive. That's another thing with diving the bridge. When diving it, you want to get in about an hour to an hour and a half before high tide. So this is my Save a Dive kit, and it's saved countless amounts of dives and wasted money. And when we go through it, I'll explain why. The container itself is an easy storage 18-liter waterproof container that I picked up at Target. And the key thing that I want you to remember is that the kit is always changing based on the diving that I'm doing at any particular time of year, and not everything I have stays in there every time. You also want to customize your Save a Dive kit to the type of diving that you'll be doing, and this is what works for me here in Southwest Florida. All right, so let's go through what's in my Save a Dive kit. And first thing we're going to see is my Diver's Ultimate Tool and Repair Kit, and inside what you'll see is an adjustable wrench that I may use for changing out hoses, regulators, different things like that, a pair of small needle nose pliers, a couple of diver's tool wrenches, and in various sizes you can see right here, a small hex key set, a stainless steel pick, a small Phillips head and flathead screwdriver, some silicone lubricant, a small little tube of O-rings, some zip ties for changing out mouthpieces. Now, one other thing that I did put in here that wasn't in here was a smaller little precision flathead screwdriver, just in case I need to work on anything that may require a smaller size. This is something that I added into this, and this has proved ultimately valuable because it has everything I need to work on my dive gear, and I can just carry it around in one simple pouch. And another thing from Innovative Scuba Concepts is the Diver's O-ring kit. Now inside here, what you'll see is a variety of O-rings for different sizes. Anything that I may need, I can replace an O-ring of anything pretty much. And right here it comes with some more picks. And this didn't come with it, I bought it. It's very expensive, but I just bought a small amount that I use. This is crystal lube that I use on nitrox O-rings. So anything that I have nitrox and O-ring wise, this is going to go on it versus regular silicone lubricant. I have another small fish tackle box, and inside I have some yoke to den adapters. I have a couple of small little pressure gauges that I can put on tanks to monitor them. Those mainly go on side mount if I don't have anything else. And I have a couple of high pressure and low pressure port plugs. Over here, some wing nuts, washers, and lock washers. And this right here is for my dry suit. Right now, we're still in dry suit weather, so I'll take this out when the weather warms up and I no longer use my dry suit. But for the meantime, this comes in. This is zipper wax, a little talcum powder, and some patch repair kit. And now you'll also see Energizer Ultimate Lithium batteries. These are for my Shearwater Perdix, and this is the brand of battery that Shearwater recommends. You'll also see some more silicone grease and a spare set of contacts. Guys, I'm pretty much blind without my contacts, so if I lose one, the dive's over. So I have one for a left and a right eye. And I keep it with me on each and every single dive. Just in case I lose one, I can simply replace it and I don't have to sit out for the rest of the dives. I keep a spare mouthpiece. I don't know why. I've never bit through a mouthpiece or ruined one. Some people have. I don't know how, but I keep one just as a spare just in case. I also have some duct tape and a Sharpie to mark tanks. If I'm doing a technical dive, what I like to do is mark my deco gas with the blend and the maximum operating depth for it. A spare set of spring fin straps that I can use just in case something goes wrong or something goes bad on the pair that I have. A spare bit of line with a bolt snap attached to it in case I need to rig anything. And a variety of bolt snaps in case I need to attach them on anything or replace one. And this is a Husky Hex Key Set, so just in case those sizes that I have in the toolkit don't fit anything, I have this as a backup, and I pretty much utilize these on fitting for my tanks. So if I need to take a den or yoke adapter out, the size that I use in here pretty much is the one that fits. The other ones don't really work for that. I keep, of course, leave-in conditioner from Stream2Sea. Having long hair, it's quite difficult to take care of, especially in salt water. So what I like to do is rinse my hair with fresh water, apply this leave-in conditioner, and comb it through. Now, taking care of your ears is another important part of diving. So what I have is what we got from Stream2Sea, our ear beer or water sport ear rinse, and I put that in after each and every single dive. I have their mask defog, which I use before each and every single dive. And then I keep Stream2Sea mask scrub. So just because you initially clean your new mask, as it grows older, you may need to clean it again. And that's because some of the oils from our skin and our hair get in the mask, and it may need to be scrubbed additionally. So I keep that just on hand. And of course, if you're like me and you burn in the sun, we have Stream2Sea Sunscreen. And then I have a tank checker for my den tanks. Before switching out any tanks, what I like to do is just make sure it's full, so I just apply my pressure checker just to make sure I'm good to go. I keep a backup first stage just in case. I have a lighter just in case for when I'm applying bolt snaps. I can melt off the ends and mush them down, as you can see. I have some spare Snorkel Keepers right here. I don't really use these for snorkel keeping, but they come in great for other uses. I have a spare Eezy Cut just in case I lose one or one goes bad during the dive. I have a backup right here I can pull out and use on the next dive. And of course, if your mask strap breaks, you gotta have a new one to replace it with. So I have a spare Scuba Pro mask strap that I use, and just in case I need to replace that. Now this is a little too big to fit in my Save a Dive kit, but I still carry it everywhere I go. And this is my bag full of spare hoses that I may need to use. So just like I was talking about in the video, I had a client who had a low pressure hose have a leak on them. So what we were able to do is go in here and pull out a spare hose, and there you'll see a spare regulator as well, a spare first stage, and different hoses for different sizes. And this is something I use. You can connect it to a water hose and then connect this into your inflator hose and just rinse it out thoroughly. This is something I like to do every now and then when I have access to a water hose. Just another way to clean your gear, but everything else in here is either MyFlex or solid rubber hoses. I like just to keep spares just in case. So that was my Save a Dive kit, and it's customized for the type of diving I'm currently doing in Southwest Florida, and it will change as we get into the warmer months. But remember, you need to take yours and personalize it for the type of diving that you do in whatever area you'll be diving in. If you're out at a remote location, such as a lake or an island without a dive shop close by, then you may want to double up on some pieces of equipment. And also, I'd like to thank each of you for your support. We've passed the halfway mark to 500 subscribers and are closer to giving away the free atomic mask that we featured in our How to Prep a Dive Mask video. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it over in the end cards. And if you haven't already, please dive down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that dive bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. I'll be back next week with another video, but until then, plan your dive and dive your plan.